Hello, Crafty Crandall here, and today I wanted to discuss why I have only read one book this month, and actually the previous month as well. So I have been going through what I would consider to be somewhat of a reading slump recently, and have only completed 2 books out of my goal of 30 books for the year. So the 2 books that I've completed in the last 2 months are Shorefall by Robert Jackson Bennett, which I read on ebook, and then also I read The Gifted School by Bruce Holsinger. I am also halfway through The Magicians by Lev Grossman, and I have been reading the Bible, which I am not counting in my reading goals at all. So those are the books that I've read. Now, why has it taken me so long to read them? And why have I not read anything else? Firstly, before I go into that, I have to apologize. The wind here is absolutely insane. So if you can hear any background noise, that's why. Anywhere that I film in my apartment, it's going to be extremely loud because there are windows everywhere and the wind is just crazy. Disregarding that though, so coming off of reading Foundryside, for which I did a review, which you can watch there if you're interested in. It was not a very popular video, but Foundryside was essentially a book that I felt pretty lukewarm about. I was excited to see where the plot went, but didn't really love any of the characters. And so going into Shorefall, I had, reasonably high expectations, but like with the knowledge that Foundryside didn't work for me, so I knew that there was the potential that Shorefall wouldn't work for me either. And without going into too much detail about it, it really kind of didn't work for me. I felt like the entirety of Shorefall could have been like summed up in a couple of chapters at the end of Foundryside, and then we could have just skipped right to whatever is going to come after Shorefall, to be completely honest. And so the reading process of that book really was disappointing. It's not like a short book, so it took a while to read anyway, and it kind of made me just lose my momentum for the month of reading. I then tried to follow that up with a big, let's go find some random books to read at Barnes & Noble, and I think that helped because The Gifted School was a very, very quick read for the size of it. And I think that going with a contemporary was the correct way to go. Unfortunately, following it up with The Magicians has proven to be not my best decision. I'm almost tempted to go and get another contemporary book because I just need something that's going to like get me out of this reading slump. And The Magicians just isn't doing it. I will finish The Magicians before I move on to anything else. But at the same time, then I'm also tempted to go read The Black Prism by Brent because I feel like that one will get me out of my reading slump if it's as good as like everyone says it is. So I'm kind of torn in that regard, but that is essentially why I haven't had the best start to my reading year and why I only read 1 book in February and 1 book in January. That said, I have also been reading the Bible, which has been a very, just really relaxing experience. I, don't really want to go into religion here or anything, but I'm excited to finally be reading the Bible here in my adulthood. It has been just a really great experience. I'm only in the book of Numbers, so I'm reading the Old Testament like straight through. And so I'm on like page 158 of my Bible. And so it has been a really slow process of doing that because every night when I go to read, I'll read a couple of verses or chapters or however they're delineated in the Bible. I'll read a few pages of the Bible and like come to like a natural stopping point, and then I will move on to whatever fictional book that I'm reading. And so it has definitely slowed down my reading process in general, but for what I feel like is a good reason. So all in all, everything that's been said thus far has been what's contributed to my lack of reading thus far this year, and has really slowed down my reading year as a whole. that said, I do hope that the books that I pick up hereafter will kind of pick it up, and even if I don't hit my goal of 30 books this year, I don't really care, to be honest. As long as I'm reading books that I enjoy. And thus far, I haven't really read much that I've enjoyed, and it's been a little bit disappointing. So I think that reading slumps are oftentimes just derived from the fact that we've either had a disappointing read or a book that just didn't turn out the way that we expected. So that's where I'm at with my reading. I really appreciate you guys watching. Feel free to give this video a like if you liked it. I know that it was super short, but I needed a video to just kind of explain the lack of book content recently. I haven't had a bunch of book videos. I've had a lot of great art videos that I've enjoyed filming, and I've got a lot more art videos that I've already filmed that just need to be edited that I'm excited about. But if you notice a lack of booktube content on my channel, that's why, and I hope that this cleared it up for you. I do plan on obviously continuing reading. I want to do a recent reads where I like talk about each of the books that I mentioned here, and so all of that is coming, but I felt like I needed to like clear the gap up before continuing forward with any of those videos. So without any further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you're interested in kind of following that journey, and also if you're interested in art videos as well, because I post new art and book related videos every single Tuesday and occasionally on Fridays. So I'd love to have you here, and I do appreciate your time. Thank you guys so much. I will catch you in the next one. Bye!